for the Nixon Finance man of the match. Umpire has a look around, puts the ball in the air. First quarter action here at Rams. Take it away, Matt.
Thanks, Crooksy. We got Robertson and Rendell in the ruck contest to get us underway for the first term. Blistering speed. McNeish through the middle. Tried to dish the handball out, did so. Dragons, the first clearance goes their way. Ball to the centre wing on the outer side. Chasing after it out there is Kennedy. Pops the handball back inboard. Charges with the intercept. Handball comes the way of Robertson. Still centre wing on the outer side. Dragons again with the intercept. McNeish coming through again, been busy in the first couple of seconds of this game. High ball towards the half-forward flank on the outer side. Came off hands, close to the boundary line. Wrapped up in a tackle. The Dragons. Ball spills free. A lot of charges around the footy at the moment. Westwood, one of them, got a handball away. Tackle being applied on half-back. Finally, the Chargers get some breathing space. A dodgy-looking handball to Aiton Delaney. Had time to gather. They've worked it to the broadcast side, the Chargers. Kick up the line. Risky. Turned over. Mark taken by Houlihan. About 70 metres out from goal, broadcast side for the Dragons. Minute into the first term. Centres the ball. Inside attacking 50. Came off hands. Westwood again mopping up for the Chargers. Kicks it towards the outer wing. Bouncing ball. King chasing after it. This is Ben. Ben's down a long way to pick the ball up. Kicks it down along the boundary line on the outer side. High ball. Keenor sitting underneath it. Will mop up for the Chargers. Got a handball across to Williams. A clearing kick. Dangerous again from the Chargers. Good pressure being applied so far from the Dragons. They might get an opportunity to score here. Up against the boundary line was Mahoney, but he puts it through for a minor score. Our first one here at Rams Arena on the NG scoreboard. The Dragons one behind the Oakleigh Chargers, yet to score, approaching the 2-minute mark of the first term on the Technica time clock.
Aiton Delaney kicks to himself and comes to the eastern or freeway side of the ground. It's a big kick, not going to hit its target. And Jack Denver marks it just forward of wing on the left boot, tries to spot up or forward, comes off the back of the pack. The Cavalry go after it, might have been in the back. Umpire no call. Slinging tackle, Stacks on the mill, and he said holding the ball. Fast opening to the game. And the free kick will be taken by Matthew Warren. Ball comes back, Aiton Delaney. Warren. Now, trap, caught cold. Beautiful tackle there by Max King. Both boys have been in the play early doors. Max is going to line this up. He'll kick from just inside 50. On the slightest of angles, got the full goal face to kick at. No breeze to help. Max King for Sandringham to kick the first. Kicks from right on 50. Short run up. Didn't give it a real red hot go there, and the ball is out of bounds on the full. Oakleigh kick it in quickly. Aiton Delaney getting plenty of the ball early. Decides to switch play. Gets it over. Oh no, Mark spilt. It's on the deck. Good contest. Can they get the ball out? Warren head over the ball. Might have been tackled. Free kick. Back pocket. Matty Warren to take the kick.
Frenetic start to the first term here at Rams Arena. Another risky kick, standing his ground though. Aiton Delaney, impressive in defensive 50 early for the Chargers. He's in a bit of trouble here. High ball towards the broadcast. Pat flies. No one able to take it cleanly. Houlihan. His opponent got dumped into the ground. The umpire calls play on. Chargers all over the Dragons. Pressure is extraordinary, isn't it?
Yep. High standard straight away.
Between centre wing and half forward, broadcast side for the Sandringham Dragons. McNeish again involved, got stripped, and the umpire says that's holding the footy.
Red hot on that.
Just to calm things down, I think the umpire was slow the pace of the game. Chargers stab it short, risky, but it's okay. Collier Dawkins plays on. Hot handball over the top, searching for O'Neill. One of the best last week for the Chargers. Kicks the ball towards half forward. Kelly takes it on the half volley. Up and under handball into the hands of Sofronides. He was caught And the umpire said he threw it away, so a free kick to go the way of O'Neill, just outside attacking 50. Dodgy kick into attack. It's going to be repelled here by McDermott. Ran into a bit of trouble, kicks across the face of goal. It's okay. Mark taken out wide by Watts. High ball towards the outer wing, bouncing ball. Chasing after it is Westwood, sends it inside attacking 50 for the Chargers, couldn't hit a target. Wrapped up now is Forbes, dispossessed. The umpire says holding the footy and a free kick to go the way of the Oakleigh Chargers. They'll stab it short inboard, turned over again. Dragons to repel out of defence. That's got to be holding the ball and is. Great tackle applied.
Fabulous tackle.
By, I think that might be Zach Hart for the Chargers.
5.5 minutes in, Matthew. Tackling is the most ferocious I've seen in a TAC Cup match for a little while.
Especially for a day like today where the ball is being moved quickly at pace. They are all over each other like a rash. As Hart comes in directly in front, does he get our first goal for the afternoon? He does. Chargers hit the lead. 6 minutes into the opening term on the Technica time clock. Oakleigh 1 straight 6. The Dragons 1 behind on the NG scoreboard. And Crooksy, the pressure is from both sides, not just one of them. No. Both sides are tackling fiercely.
And good to see the umpires rewarding the tackle. I say they're red hot, but I like it. They're consistent. They're just going bang, 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 bang. You get that hot potato and you've got to get rid of it straight away. Ruck in the middle. The ball comes up. It is kicked forward by Alistair Richards. Sandringham on their half-forward flank. Tumbling over. They spill the ball out. Oakleigh looking for Keenor. Gets a quick handball. They work it to half-forward. Kelly. Might have been a free kick. Might have been charged from front. Umpire not having a bar of it. Sandringham on half-back. Close to the boundary line. Oakleigh working a tight space. Beautiful kick forward. The Chargers have got it. This is Ben Silvani. Oh boy! That would have been an executive maintenance mark of the day. If you had caught that one. Now Sandringham running out of defence. This is McGuinness. McGuinness goes to half forward. King gets the little handball out. Not clean. Now he's back on the end of it with a receive. Gets on the left foot. Spots up a little one. Is it a mark? Umpire says it is. Last line of defence. Oakleigh, they clear it through row bottom. Looking for Keenor. Clever, just taps it clear. Good poise. They go back into the middle. Mark taken by Jack Ross. He plays on straight away. Oakleigh streaming through the middle. Misses the target. Sandringham to repel. This is through Hanrahan. Angus goes in short, finds Alistair Richards. Bit undecided, now he kicks long inside 50. The big boys fly. And this will be King again. This is Max. How's he going, Siobhan?
He's doing really well. He's had one run-down tackle, a shot on goal, which has gone on the full, but hopefully this one is a bit more effective.
All right, he's on a fairly severe angle, Maxie. Be about a 75 to 80 degree angle. He's going to kick from 45. He's a bit skinny to the left. Just squeaks it in for a behind. The NG scoreboard. 2 behinds to the Dragons. Oakleigh a 1-6. 8.5 minutes on the Technica time clock.
Looking dangerous early, Max King, but just can't impact the scoreboard at the moment. Chargers try and clear it out of defence. It's all wrapped up. Trying to extract it on the outer wing. Dragons have done well here to hold things up. The umpire eventually says, give it to me, I will ball it up. 65 out from goal on the outer side for the Dragons. Tapped into a bit of space. Collier Dawkins was chasing after it. Hot handballs going left, right and centre. Eventually a clearing kick. High ball towards the centre wing on the outer side. Bonsanavulu, unfortunately, couldn't maintain possession of it. And the Dragons across half-back. Couple of handballs and they spot up Houlihan at centre half-back. Dropped what he should have taken. Has to go back in after it. He's under a bit of pressure now. Chargers able to extract it. Row bottom. Vacant goal square, but it bounces offline. and it will roll through for a minor score. Oakleigh move to 117. The Dragons 2 behinds on the NG scoreboard. We're approaching the 10-minute mark on the Technica time clock.
Sandringham bringing the ball in. This is through Ralph Smith. Kicks out. It's going to come back from whence it came. Nice mark for Oakleigh. They kick to the 50, right in the heart. They've got some numbers here. They just need to get the footy. Sandringham spills out the back. Can they squeeze it out? Now Oakleigh, good work. Snap on goal. Jack Ross. That could be an AFL Draft Central goal of the day contender for their second goal. Oakleigh, they move on to 2-1-13 on the NG scoreboard. The Dragons are 2 behinds. We're 10.5 minutes in on the Technica time clock.
Liked it as soon as it left the boot. The hand went straight in the air, one finger pointing sky high. Loved it. They're capitalising more on the opportunities at the moment, the Oakleigh Chargers. Every time it's gone inside attacking 50 for the Dragons, they just haven't been able to get firing and make the most of it, whereas up the other end, Chargers have 2 goals on the board, and we're going to get a free kick in the middle by the looks of things.
Too many in the middle?
Could have been. Not sure what that was for.
Word for it.
Yep. As the Dragons send the ball high towards the half-forward flank on the broadcast side, juggling the mark. It's completed. Taking it there was Will Kennedy. They're a very tall lineup, the Dragons. Forbes sends it inside attacking 50, came off hands and will roll over the boundary line and out of play. 45 metres out from goal, broadcast side. They need to kick a goal out of this opportunity. As we approach 12 minutes on the Technica time clock in the first term. Ball to be thrown in. Dragons win the tap. Chargers have the numbers around the footy. Struggle to maintain possession there. Rowbottom, Keenor fired the handball out, looking for O'Neill. Runs around the back of the pack. Toe pokes it beautifully to Ross. Ross looks to centre the ball. Just went through the fingertips of his teammate. Griffiths flicks the handball to Whitehead. Got numbers around the footy here, the Chargers. High ball towards the centre wing, into a bit of vacant space. Beautiful tap by Dunkley, searching for Kelly. Gives the handball off to Rowbottom. Looks long with the kick, but it was just a little out of reach there for Silvani, and rolls through for another minor score for the Chargers. 2-2-14 they are. Dragons 2 behinds on the NG scoreboard. 12.5 minutes into the first term on the Technica time clock.
Ralph Smith kicks out, finds Stocker. Stocker off to the races. Long run, long kick, and beautifully placed. Now they're a chance. They kick inside 50. Gee, loose players everywhere here. And this is Joshua Worrell who has marked this. He'll kick from 50 directly in front. And 13 minutes in on the time Technica time clock, I'd say Sandringham could just do with a goal just to settle the boys down, get a bit of reward for effort. As Worrell comes in, left footer, leans back on it, not bad off the boot. King, 3 bites of the cherry.
He's put it through.
He's put it through. Very clever. Watch that one on the replay tonight. That was very good. I just missed it. I was about to mark him down as a point. That's the goal that they needed. That was Max King, and the first for the mighty Sandringham Dragons. They're 1-2-8 on the NG scoreboard. 2-2-14. The Oakleigh Chargers leading by 6 points, approaching 14 minutes. How are the King boys going now, Siobhan?
Well, now Max has a goal, a clever goal, taking it in the goal square from Worrell's kick. Ben is on 1 kick so far. Max has been the more dominant brother.
Dragons go forward again through Stocker, and we've got another mark on half forward. For the Dragons, Kennedy centres the ball, and he's got Max King again.
He's on fire.
I think we might have picked a winner.
He was impressive last year in that final down at Cardinia Park. He's looking dangerous up forward again, but he's just sprayed it to the left, Max. about his 4th shot on goal.
That's right, his 3rd shot on goal.
As the ball's kicked back into play, the Chargers have a mark. They'll kick it towards the outer side. Oh, good intercept there. Taken by the Dragons. Just trying to pick up who that was. He's flicked it inboard quickly to Richards. Goes towards the top of the goal square, again in the King direction. Keenor mopping up, flick the handball across to Rowell. Sends the ball inboard. Might get it back here, Rowell. Has to dance his way around traffic, kicks the ball towards the centre wing. Front spot though, mark taken by Corey Watts. Calls the play on from the umpire, dishes the handball inboard to Richards. Switch play towards the outer side. It's a risky kick. Mark not completed there for the Chargers. That was Bianco. Was able to dish the handball inboard to Collier Dawkins. Got caught by McNeish. That's holding the footy. They look to take the advantage, and instead it'll be called back. So it'll be Dorrit McNeish to take it. Corner of the centre square. It's the defensive side for the Dragons. Short kick to Richards. Sends the ball long inside, attacking 50. That's an executive maintenance mark of the day contender, that one. That was a brilliant mark taken there by Max King.
He is, he's got everyone's attention. I think he already had everyone's attention before today, but he's putting a bit of authority. Just needs to straighten up this kicking.
As he comes in and again just pushes it wide. Another minor score for the Dragons. They move to 1-4-10, trailing by 4 points. Oakleigh 2-2-14 on the NG scoreboard.
Xavier O'Neill receives the short kick into the pocket. Kicks long to half back. Man in front. Gets it over to Collier Dawkins. Handballs backwards. Backwards again. Nice balk. They get it across. Now they need to kick long and deep. Goes to the pack. Beautiful mark taken there for Oakleigh. This is... Oh, you'll have to say it for me, Matthew. I'll learn it from you. Now we've got Will Kelly. Shot on goal. And they've got it. Oakleigh from one end of the ground to the other. I think that's Robertson that may have kicked the goal. I'll just pick him up. Or was it Kelly? No, I think it was Robertson that got on the end of it. Jay Robertson gets these first for Oakleigh, and they move on to 3-2-20 on the NG scoreboard. Sandy Dragons are 1-4-10, trailing by 10, 17.5 minutes in on the Technica time clock. Collier Dawkins, Siobhan, how's he travelling?
4 handballs so far.
4 handballs, got to get the ball to boot.
Exactly right. 1 rundown tackle that was holding the ball for him as well.
So, back in the middle, tap went the way of Bailey Griffiths, and they'll win the clearance here through Warren. High ball inside, attacking 50, strong mark taken by the other King, that's Ben. In defensive 50, kicks it wide, mark taken here by Forbes. Searches for options, and kicks it back inboard. Quick handball, dished back off there for the Dragons. They kick it towards the broadcast wing. Like this play on handball, the Dragons trying to transition quickly down the broadcast side. Jones sends it inside, attacking 50.
Strong.
Great mark taken by Dylan Williams in defensive 50 for the Chargers. Kicks it out wide. A couple of players on offer. Good sprawl there from Churgwin.
Oh, they're on here.
They are the Chargers. Picking it up on the half volley as Hart. Sends the ball inside, attacking 50. Ball almost cut off. Kelly tried to flick the handball inboard. The Dragons composed in defensive 50. Kick it to Alistair Richards. Runs through the centre of Rams Arena. Ball will be cut off here again. Rath got rid of it quickly. Charges along the broadcast wing. Send it inside, attacking 50. Through the hands of Whitehead. They're under pressure again, the Dragons. Rendell, high up and under kick. Hits a target on half-back.
Now Sandringham with the rappel. They kick into the middle of the ground. This is going to be taken by Kennedy. Kennedy plays on straight away. He's got a man on the flank. They've got it. Inside 50. Now they go in short, and the mark is taken for Sandringham by Will Kennedy, who will line up on a 30-degree angle. He'll kick from 41 metres out. This is just as we anticipated, Matt. This is a really good game of footy. It's pinging from one end to the other. It's quick. It's decisive, played in excellent conditions. Not a breath of wind as Kennedy comes in. This will be his first, if he can put it through. Off a couple of hops, and it's just to the right. 1 goal, 5. 11 to the Sandringham Dragons, and the Oakleigh Chargers are 3-2-20 on the NG scoreboard. 20 and a half minutes in on the Technica time clock. Oakleigh bring it back here. Oh! Can't quite take it. Falls to the ground. Oakleigh got the numbers. Tackled. Dispossessed. They've got some help out wide. Kick around the corner. Bouncing. Chaos footy. Ben King keeps it in. And holding the ball, says the umpire. Alistair Richards will take the resultant free kick. He's been excellent in the first quarter. Had plenty of touches. On true half back, right in front of the com box. Kicks to centre wing. Man in front, drops it. Could have been caught high. Umpire agrees with me, and James Rowbottom will take the free kick, centre wing.
Kicks it inboard to Keenor in a bit of space at centre half back. He goes for a bit of a run, takes one bounce through the middle of Rams Arena, and a great kick spots up Whitehead. Flicks it quickly, couple of options out wide. One of them was Ross. He goes further afield with the kick, and the mark is taken by Ainsworth, who is on a tight angle, about 35 metres out from goal.
Beautiful passage of play. Finds the ball in Ainsworth's hands.
Noah Ainsworth comes in. And that one's offline as well. Minor score for the Chargers. They go to 3-3-21. Dragons 1-6-12 on the NG scoreboard. 22 minutes gone in the first term on the Technica time clock. Dragons, long kick back into play on the outer side. Good grab taken out there by Ben King. Kicks the ball further afield. Mark taken out there by his brother Max, centre wing on the outer side. Kicks the ball long inside, attacking 50, just off target. Ball seen over the boundary line and out of play out there by Seaton. Will throw it in 40 metres around from goal on the outer side for the Dragons.
Good scoring opportunity here for the Dragons late in the first term.
You wonder how long this pace can be sustained for, considering the conditions from last week.
It'll be a bit warm. It's tapped over the back, but Rowbottom has got it. Kicks out wide. Nice harassment. He's over the top of it, and it's out of bounds on the other pocket. We're at the southern end of the ground on the eastern side, freeway side. Good little crowd in here today as well. As the ball comes in, King taps it to the front. It's all wrapped up in a tackle, and the umpire will come in and ball it up. 40 metres, 35 metres out from the Dragons' goal. King comes over the top, beautiful tap. Now he gets it back, and that one's gone through. AFL Draft Central goal of the day. He tapped it from the ruck. His mate just kept the ball moving forward. He re-roved it, kicked it around the corner on the edge of the ball, and Max King has his second for the afternoon. And the scoreboard reading 2-6-18 for the Sandringham Dragons. The Oakleigh Chargers 3-3-21. That's the NG scoreboard. 24 minutes in on the Technica time clock.
8 scoring shots to 6 favouring the Dragons. They trail heading towards quarter time. Ball in the middle. Chargers just overrunning it there. O'Neill goes back in after it. Stamatis having a bit of work to do. They'll eventually clear Rowbottom for the Chargers. High ball, inside attacking 50, just through the hands there of Ben King. They try and rebound it out of defence through Watts. He's turned the ball over. Chargers with a shot on goal. It's there. And I think that might have been Zach Hart for his second goal of the match.
Certainly was, Matthew. Brilliant snap in front. Oakleigh seem to have they're capitalising on their entries into 50 just that little bit better. 4-3-27 NG scoreboard, 2-6-18 the Dragons. The siren sounds for quarter time, and just a little bit of argy-bargy.
Bit of push and shove.
At full forward, just checking what they're doing tonight or for the rest of the holiday weekend. It is a 9-point lead to the Oakleigh Chargers at quarter time. The goal kickers, Matt?
2 to Max King, even though he's sprayed his set shots. He's doing well roving the ball. And then for the Oakleigh Chargers, we've got 2 to Zach Hart and then singles to Jack Ross and Jay Robertson.
Beautiful work there. We're going to take a break. Be back on the other side of this to discuss the first quarter. You are logged in to TAC Cup Radio.
Technica is an Australian company that's been importing Italian-made and European-designed cooking appliances and white goods for almost 20 years. Technica appliances are a fusion of cutting-edge technology and contemporary design, providing a high level of style and sophistication to any kitchen. This is why so many leading architects, developers, interior designers and builders use Technica appliances, because like their customers, they want the very latest in innovation and quality. Technica, proud sponsor of the Northern Knights and TAC Cup Radio. Executive Maintenance has grown to be a preferred facility maintenance provider by maintaining excellence for over 25 years. A registered domestic and commercial building practitioner, Executive Maintenance provides facility maintenance for government, corporate, property and retail sectors. Whether it's a handyman for your corporate space or a fully qualified crew to manage your project, Executive Maintenance has the knowledge and expertise to provide a personal yet professional service. If you need assistance with your building maintenance needs, email admin@executivemaintenance.com.au. Executive Maintenance, a proud sponsor of TAC Cup Radio. Another year of TAC Cup football and your number one AFL draft site is back and bigger than ever. AdZ Media, powering AFL Draft Central, continues to revolutionise the way AFL draft content is reported. In 2018, the team has increased to more than 40 writers who will provide powerful and cutting-edge stories nationwide. With draft news, features and women's football coverage, AFL Draft Central is your one-stop shop for AFL draft content. Head to afldraftcentral.com.au or stay up to date with us on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. Check out at AFL Draft Central. Essendon captain Heppel settles, and he's done it! He's slotted through the match-winning goal. Roughhead flies high across the pack and takes a classic mark. Pendlebury's leading from the front, clocking up the possessions today, and young gun pup Cal Porter is looking good in his debut match. Gippsland Power generates footy legends, and NG is the power behind Gippsland Power. NG Hazelwood are proud to be helping tomorrow's future stars as major sponsor of Gippsland Power. Gippsland Power, the backyard playground of tomorrow's future stars. Go Power! Nixon Finance has been running in the Plenty Valley area of Greensborough for over 20 years. As your financial consultants and brokers, they specialise in all your equipment and vehicle finance needs. Home loans, business loans, commercial property loans. They deal with all the banks and get the right loan that suits your needs. Call Phil Smith during business hours on 9435 2600 or email nixonfinance@bigpond.com. Cowboys Cash and Carry has moved. They can now be found at 694 High Street, Epping, in the hub in the Homemaker Centre opposite Epping Plaza. And to celebrate the move, they have 50,000 pairs of men's and ladies' denim. A huge range of styles, including Kenji, Maya, Maddox, that normally retail for $100, Cowboys price between $10 and $15. That's right, between $10 and $15. Open 7 days a week. Get along to Cowboys Cash and Carry in the Homemaker Centre opposite Epping Plaza.
On taccup.com.au, this is TAC Cup Radio.
Back here at Rams Arena, just a score check. There was an extra behind put on by the scoreboard operator. It is 4-3-27 Oakleigh to the Sandringham Dragons 2-5-17. A very, very entertaining first quarter of football. And today, thanks to Cowboys Cash and Carry, who I should mention have come back as a sponsor this year. And I did get a message from the mighty Mongoose that he picked up 2 pairs of ladies' jeans at Cowboys for $20.
Jeez.
Which is a bargain. Why is he buying ladies' jeans?
No, that's my question. Why is it a slimmer fit or what's?
More questions left unanswered than a Dave Warner press conference, Matt. Now today, Cowboys cash and carry. We are focusing on a few players, and unfortunately, Bailey Smith was going to be one of them. He's a late scratching, but I think we've chosen well. We've decided to focus on the King brothers, Siobhan. How have they gone in the first quarter?
Obviously, the standout's been Max King playing in the forward line. He's had 7 shots on goal in the first quarter, 4 behinds, 2 goals, and 1 shot on the full. He's also just been a big presence in the forward line, kicked a very, very clever goal, and also contributed to a rundown tackle. Ben, who's been playing in the back line, has had 1 handball, 1 kick and 3 marks, but obviously the ball hasn't been in Oakleigh's forward half that much. And Collier Dawkins has had 4 handballs, 2 kicks and 1 mark.
Okay, not as prevalent last week, Riley, has he?
No.
But he's had some a couple of players that caught my attention outside the ones we're focusing on. Alistair Richards for Sandringham.
Yeah, been dominant across the midfield, across both wings, got a lot of the footy in that first term, and good deliverer of the footy as well.
Correct. I love, I don't know, it's obviously Calder Cannon's home ground. They're really good at using the corridor here. I thought Alistair sort of worked his ball, worked himself clear and got a lot of space in the middle and sort of kicked that long, and I think Max King was the benefit of some of that work sort of going forward. For Oakleigh, 2 players that caught my eye have been James Rowbottom and Charlie Whitehead.
Yep.
Rowbottom more down the back and Whitehead up forward have been just electric and seem to have had just busy. They've just been really busy footballers and sort of getting in links of play and helping sort of move the ball forward. I reckon it's one of those games, like sometimes you watch the first 10 minutes and you go, yeah, I think I know who's going to win this game. This one, I've got no idea.
No, and I'm curious to see which side's going to try and slow it down first. They're both playing that frenetic go style of game, and I'm just, in the back of my mind, worried, knowing the conditions that both sides played in last week. It was a heavy track down at Frankston, how long they could sustain it, and whether one goes to a more possessional style of play, trying to navigate their way forward, because that first term, the whole 25 minutes, it was just attack.
Now around the grounds, Gold Coast Suns are 5 goals 6 to Carlton 1 goal 2. That's 8 minutes into the second quarter. Carlton just kicked a goal, so it's up to 14. All right, second quarter action here at Rams Arena. The transferred fixture. As the umpire has a look around, he's satisfied everyone's off the ground. Oakleigh leading by 10 points. They'll be kicking to the southern end. Take it away, Matto.
Thanks, Crooksy. Ball up in the middle. And again, McNeish coming through like he did in that first term, trying to get things going for the Dragons. Dives back in after the footy. It pops out the back of the pack. Dragons with the numbers. Stocker goes inside, attacking 50 with the kick. Or Keenor might have given a little shove to his opponent there. The umpire calls play on. Rath off half back. Sends the ball wide. Good fist there applied by Sofronides. Brought the ball to ground. Chargers chasing after it. Ball still on half forward for the Dragons. Just being popped around at the moment. Flicked over the top, inside attacking 50. Keenor under pressure's wrapped up, going nowhere. Umpire says, give it to me, I will. Ball it up. 40 out from goal on the outer side. Dragons kicking it to the northern end of Rams Arena in this second term. Still no wind here at Craigieburn. Dragons almost had an opportunity. They were shut down. Great tackle there applied by both Keenor and Westwood. And Westwood will be the one that takes the free kick. Comes towards the broadcast side where O'Neill takes the mark. Still inside defensive 50, Xavier O'Neill. Kicks the ball high towards the centre wing. Pack flies, comes over the back. Hanrahan, hope I got that right. Got it into the middle. Got McDermott, who's hit up a target. in the middle there for the Dragons. That was Sofronides, sends it inside attacking 50, charges again with the numbers. Hot handballs out of the contest. And then getting away is Bianco. High ball towards the centre wing on the outer side. Ball comes off hands once again. Trying to chase after it there was Bond Centre Voulay. And he ended up with the ball in his hands once again. Handballs over the top to Ainsworth. Quick transition down the outer side for the Chargers. Ball popped out of the back. Under pressure here is Forbes. Able to dance his way around traffic and kicks the ball towards half back where they have a mark in Sofronides, Crooksy.
He kicks to true centre half back. Stocker switches play. Got some numbers out here, do the Dragons. Just pops it up nicely. This will be Owens. Owens kicks along the flank. Going to be intercepted. Warren, Matty Warren, just gets a hand on it before Alistair Richards can do anything about it. And the ball will be thrown in true centre wing, right on the interchange bench. Rams Arena, eastern side of the ground. In she goes. Over the back, gets tapped out. Nice work for Oakleigh by O'Neill. He gets it back to Robertson. Robertson kicks into the middle. It's not a clean footy. Now they've lost it. McNeice kicks into the middle. Again, doesn't quite hit the target. Now they can go forward through Worrell. He finds his teammate in Kennedy. Inside 50. Oh, play on goes Maxi King. Bang, goal. Geez, he loved it when he saw his opponent just hit the deck there or just lose his footing. He was off like a rabbit. And Max King puts through his third goal. And we're only 3.5 minutes into the second quarter on the Technica time clock. Dragons creep closer, 3-5-23 on the NG scoreboard. Oakleigh a 4-3-27.
He's athletic too, isn't he, for a big man? Both King brothers are. He's very flexible too, able to pick the ball up from the ground. We've seen that a couple of times already this afternoon. And another goal there, his third, Max King, as the Dragons look to clear it out of the middle again. Hot series of handballs into Alistair Richards' hands. He goes towards the half-forward flank, getting a shove in the back there was Matty Warren. And he will take it on half-back, broadcast side for the Oakleigh Chargers. Just looks to slow things down. Wanted to head backwards. Instead had another shorter option in Noah Anderson. Still on half-back. Now sends it backwards to Keenor. Flicks it towards the outer side. They've switched play here. Whitehead kicks it up the corridor. Pack flies. No one able to bring it in. Dragons through King off half-back. Kicks it straight back up the corridor. Not the greatest of kicks though, because taking the mark with the Chargers on centre half-back. Bring it towards the broadcast side where Jack Ross takes the mark. Played on. Has to retreat backwards. It's okay. Williams takes it at half-back. Pops it up. Man over the top here is Anderson. Just stays put. Kicks it down along the boundary line. Good kick. Mark taken by Will Kelly. Spins around. Had a target. At full stretch there, taking the mark was Ainsworth. Wheels onto the right boot. High ball.
Wow.
High ball. Bounces awkwardly and will be rushed through for Corey Watts. Almost a good result there for Ainsworth. Minor score for the Chargers. They move to 4-4-28, leading the Dragons 3-5-23 on the NG scoreboard. 5.5 into the second term on the Technica time clock.
They're into the back pocket. Sandringham go along the boundary line. This is Rendell. True half-back on the western side of the ground. He kicks back into the middle and finds Richards, knocking up, getting possessions. He switches play, doesn't hit his target. Kelly for Oakleigh, goes this way, decides to go back the other, finds Rowell. Matty Rowell, BOG last week, or close to it, sorry, it was Keenor we gave to, but he wasn't far off it. Kicks to the top of the square, the big men fly, comes off the pack, cleared by Stocker. It's going to come back from whence it came. Nice tackle, crunching tackle. Ball in dispute. Now, Bosun kicks around the corner. It's into the square. Sandringham have got the numbers And the mark is paid. Last line of defence. And Sandringham taking the kick as Corey Watts. Goes in short. Another little up and under. Richards between back pocket and half back. Looks up. Gets on his left foot. Kicks along the wing. And that'll be punched over the boundary line and out of bounds. 7 minutes in. 28 plays 23. Nothing in the game.
Tightened up a bit in this term. It's not as quick as what it was.
Not as free flowing. As you said, Matt, it's going to be hard to keep that pace up all day. Now Oakleigh, errant handball. Bosina Vulag. How do you say that, Matthew? You say that so well.
Bonsina Vulay, I think.
I have to really work on it. I can't get that one flowing out of a gob when I need to do it really quickly.
I'm hoping that's right, though.
Might have a chat to the to Craig Notman and just get the pronunciation right. So he's playing a good game, is R2.
He is. We might go with that. That's easier to say.
R2, yeah, just for the time being. Oakleigh, kick inside 50. Free kick to Oakleigh. And this will be taken by Ben Silvani. And just a bit of trivia that means nothing, but yeah, there's a big crowd here today, and I got Stephen Silvani's spot as he left the ground to go to Etihad. He got out of the car park and I took his spot.
Jack was playing in the Pracky game earlier for the Northern Blues.
Beforehand. Now Ben Silvani, 45-degree angle. He's going to kick it from 30 metres out. Beautiful, lovely kick off the boot, straight through the middle. Oakleigh's fifth. They move on to 5-4-34. The Sandy Dragons are 3-5-23, 8.5 minutes in on the Technica time clock.
Just reckon they need to open space a bit more for Ben Silvani. He's been prominent in the marking contest, but just can't clunk it, and then it's all traffic around as they try to extract it. So just maybe they need to free up a bit of space inside attacking 50, the Chargers.
Like Max King up here, he's got a lot of space and one opponent to work with. He's sort of working in heavy traffic, I agree with you.
Any update on the King brothers?
Not too much to add. Obviously, Max has got another goal to his name, which brings it to 4 behinds, 3 goals, 8 shots on goal for the game. Not too much to add with the other two boys.
There's a quick kick out of the middle there for Rowbottom. Goes straight down the throat of the Dragons at half back. And that was Houlihan. His kick towards the centre wing was punched to further afield. Hot handball delivered there to McGuinness. Goes towards centre half forward with the kick. Mahoney takes the mark. Goes inside attacking 50. King on the lead. Got punched out of his hands. Roves his own work. Does Max King. That's on. AFL Draft Central. Goal of the day contender. Maxi King for his 4th.
How good is this? He is putting on a show here this afternoon.
Pretty special. For a big bloke, he's very agile.
Maxi King, that's his 3rd goal, and the Dragons get that one, answer that one straight away. 4-5-29 NG scoreboard. The Oakleigh Chargers are 5-4-34, and it is 10 minutes in on the Technica time clock. Beautiful angle here, beautiful work with the camera, and just the perfect shot. I'm hoping it was beautiful work with the camera. Right next to me here, ball in the middle. Oakleigh, this is through Collier Dawkins, grabs it, kicks it deep to half forward. Mark taken. Oakleigh trying to answer straight back, but Ben King marks this. Rocket Gibraltar type mark. Squares it up into the into defensive 50. This will be Forbes, kicks it out wide. Handball, Shergwin. He's got Richards all on his own. He's been all on his own all day. Richards 1 bounce, 2 bounce, 3 bounces, 4 bounces. Lines it up and just overcooks it. He was going just a bit too quick. And Rowbottom for Oakleigh decides to switch play to the other side. And now on the western side of the ground, Rowell finds Keenor, true half back. Defensive, just inside defensive 50. Isaac sinks the slipper, kicks long. It's all Oakleigh. They don't take the mark, but they haven't got the footy, and it's kicked forward by Denborough inside 50. Mark just spilt. That was Jones. Spinning out of the pack. Kennedy. Ball in dispute. Collier Dawkins, good work. Gets it. Reaps it out. Gets it out to his teammate in Williams. Quick kick out to half-back. Trying to get it out of the danger area. Now they've got a bit of space. O'Neill. Handball. Doesn't quite hit the target. They're almost out of trouble. Now they go forward. R2 marks it. Centre wing. Little handball to Rowell. He's got someone square. He's going to have to take it on the first bounce. Buys himself a bit of time. This is Simpson. Goes back into the middle. Aiton Delaney. Goes out wide. They're chopping from one side of the ground to the other. Now the kick inside 50. The big men fly. Comes off the back of the pack. Sandringham got the numbers. Little kick out. McNeice. Nice little spin. They go out wide. Shergwin just drops what he should have taken. They go forward. Loose footy. Plenty of pressure on the ball taker here. Sandringham spooning handball. Now they kick long. Isaac's got his name written all over this and marks on halfback.
Looks to repel for the Chargers. High ball in the A2 direction. He takes the mark. Takes a bounce in the middle of Rams Arena. Dishes the handball off. Looking for Ross. Had to wait for it to bounce. And they allowed an opportunity there for Forbes to come through for the Dragons. Handballs it over the top. They've got the ball on the outer wing. This is one of the Kings. I think it's Ben off half-back. High ball, long ball inside 50. There's a whistle. He was going in the direction of Max. It'll be a downfield free kick for being dealt with after kicking the footy. And Max King will have a shot on goal. 45-degree angle, 40 metres out.
Beautiful transfer of play.
But
both sides do it. They transfer the ball from one end of the ground without anyone else touching it, side of thing.
It's like watching a game of basketball. One end to the other. It's a bit more rough and tumble going on in the middle as Max has just pushed that one to the right-hand side. Dragons move to 4-6-30 on the NG scoreboard. Oakleigh 5-4-34. 14 minutes in on the Technica time clock. Chargers bring the short kick back into play. Bianco takes the mark. Back pocket, grandstand side of Rams Arena. Kicks it down along the line. On the half volley was O'Neill. Under a little bit of pressure. Has to retreat the handball backwards. Hot couple of handballs given off. Collier Dawkins in defensive 50. Goes out wide with the kick. It's okay. Mark taken out there by Simpson.
Simpson goes into the middle. Now they've got a chance to go long. Over the back R2 close by. Lays the Shepherd. Now they kick long. Oh, this is all Oakleigh. All Oakleigh. And the mark is taken at the top of the goal square. And this is Ben Silvani, who will line up for his second. Point blank range. And Silvani to give Oakleigh a 10-point lead. Made the umpire do a little bit of work, but it's through. 6 goals, 4-40 on the NG scoreboard. 4-6-30, 15 minutes in on the Technica time clock. And it's still this arm wrestle that you're just not quite sure which way it's going to go. Collier Dawkins started that play. How's he travelling now?
Definitely starting to get himself involved in the game. It's not all about possessions though. He's got some moves, like he can spin himself out of trouble, and his handballs and kicks have been really effective in this quarter.
Just get the sense that the Dragons have had more of the footy in their possession. But the Chargers always find a way to cut through. Not by much, but I just feel the Dragons have a little bit of an edge, but not on the scoreboard. McNeish gives the handball off. Kick partially smothered. Ball towards half forward. Courtney in a bit of strife. Still has support. Handball. Hot one given there to Worrell. Under pressure. Had to retreat backwards. Now a high kick inside attacking 50. Keenor chasing after it. Takes it on the half volley on half back. Broadcast side. High kick towards centre wing. Good fist applied from the back by Ross. McNeish coming in to mop up. Got it to Stocker for the Dragons. Handball over the top looking for Richards. Had to burst his way through traffic. The umpire says he lost control of the footy and dropped it. And a free kick will go the way of Noah Anderson on half back. Chips the ball inboard. Good kick. Now inside attacking 50 went Ainsworth. Just came off hands there for the Dragons. Popped the handball up. They're able to rebound off half-back, although the two applied the clamp, and he will get a free kick. Bonsenavule goes inside, attacking 50 with the kick, but the big Ben King takes the mark, brings the ball towards the broadcast side where Kai Owens takes it back pocket. He'll chip it short, risky, turned over, Chargers need some support here, Bonsenavule. He just put it on the boot in hope, and it dribbles across the face of goal and out of play. We'll throw it in forward pocket, outer side, with a 10-point lead in favour of the Chargers. They're 6-4-40, the Dragons 4-6-30 on the NG scoreboard. Just ticked over 17 minutes in the second term on the Technica time clock.
Throw in. 15 metres around from the Chargers goal. Richards working in a tight space close to the boundary line, spun over it, and the ball will be thrown in. At Rams Arena today, we can see Rams at the back of the signage on the back of the fence there. Boundary umpire set again. Up she goes. Plenty of players around the ball. Oakleigh trying to work it out. Kelly, Richards gets it backwards, slung as he's kicked. This is Answorth across the face and out in the full, and it's Sandringham who will take the resultant free kick. They go into the middle of defensive 50. Sandringham, bit of tempo footy. Get it across to Owens. Owens, back pocket, sells the dummy. Now he kicks long. It's a bit of a tumbler. Man in front. They could be in a bit of Barney rubble here. Quick kick off the ground. Goes into the middle. Beautiful handball. McNeice. He's got one loose there in Jones. Takes a bounce. Kicks it long. Isaac, too big, too strong. Flies for the mark. Goes through hands. Over the boundary line, out of bounds. 19 minutes in, second quarter. Oakleigh by 10. Sandringham would love just to sneak a goal back, getting into the shadows of half-time.
No need to look for Max in this passage of play. He's currently on the bench.
Ball thrown in. Quick kick in hope. Touched. Isaac puts the big fist. Now Sandringham. Ball spills. Need to be taken over, carried over. Tight footy. Few numbers getting back now. Boundary umpire sets. We've got Worrell in the ruck for Sandringham. Tries to work it into a bit of space. Could have been caught. Westwood gets it out. Richards taps the ball forward. Shergwin out of bounds on the full, off the side of the boot. And Oakleigh will take the resultant free kick.
Westwood in a bit of drama down on the boundary line. Just in camera shot here. He fell awkward on his back in that last out of bounds. Looks very groggy in the hands of the trainer.
Oakleigh to bring the ball back in. They come down the commentary side of the ground. Just gets the ball scrambled out was Noah Anderson. Oh, caught too high, says the umpire. And taking the free kick is Stocker. They kick up forward. Again, close to the boundary line, working in a tight space here. Rao caught. Shergwin, he's caught. Ball almost over the boundary line. Triple tackle, and the umpire will ball this up. 1.5 metres in from the boundary line. 40 metres around from goal.
They're still trying to get Westwood around this passage of play too. He's still just sitting off outside the field of play. Now they're going to try and move him. He's not in very good shape here, young Westwood. As the Chargers in the back pocket. Kick down the line, was searching there for Anderson, couldn't take the mark, mops up his own work and just pushes the ball forward. A two, gives the handball off quickly, but to no one in particular. And the Dragons try and rebound. Hot handball over the top to Stamatis, brings the ball towards the broadcast side, and a good grab taken here by Jones. Dishes the handball off quickly to Sofronides, went inside attacking 50, ball a little hot there for Bianco. Chargers able to repel. The two gives the handball off to O'Neill, running along the centre wing broadcast side, goes in the Silvani direction, he takes the mark, pops the handball over the top, and a goal will be scored here for Whitehead. Chargers take it out to a 16-point lead nearing half-time here at Rams Arena. They go to 7-4-46, the Dragons 4-6-30 on the NG scoreboard, 22 and a half minutes into the second term on the Technica time clock.
Again, just a lovely transfer of play, and Silvani just got his wits about him, knew where all the players were, and Whitehead, being that true cheeky little forward pocket type goal sneak, they always know where to get to take the footy.
The one that we like.
Handy lead to the Chargers on the shadows of half-time. Up they go on the ruck. Sandringham go forward, ball spilt. We're right at the top of the 50-metre arc for Sandringham. The ball will be thrown up right behind the flagpole here. Yeah, we've got the flagpole in shot. Oh, nice big leap, tap down. McNeice can't get rid of it. Good work by Oakleigh. They kick out wide. Trying to keep the ball in play is Sofronides. Follows up. He's got some numbers to beat there. Little tap out wide. Ball still in dispute. Spun out. Tackle when trying to kick. Keenor trying to break the line. Gets a kick away. Lovely kick, just a little bit too far. Sandringham. McNeice. Beautiful evasion. Kicks up forward. Can't hit a target. They're front and square. Ends up with McNeice. Just gets it away in time. They kick forward. Looking for King, can't quite take it, got two to beat this time. Oakleigh got the numbers, now they need to be clean and quick, and they are. Arches the back, gets it over to Whitehead, draws the player, Aiton Delaney, kicks to the wing, it's close to the boundary, Silvani trying to keep it in, and he does, gets the handball away to Ross. Free kick, says the umpire. Silvani doesn't muck about, kick intercepted. Sweeping handball. Now Sandringham through Marnie. They get it across. Free kick, says the umpire. Denborough is going to take this. He'll kick from outside 50. He doesn't have a lot of time. Denborough kicks. It's a dirty big up and under. Can it make it? Can it make it? Free kick. Free kick to Max King. Right on the siren. I think you'll find we'll be playing 25-minute quarters here today, no time on. And that kick left his boot with about 10 seconds to go, hung in the air. And Max to kick his fourth goal, and he does.
Make that number 5, Crooksy.
Off 5 goals. 5 goals to Max King. Has he kicked them all for them, has he?
5-5 he's kicked.
And Sandringham have kicked 5 goals 6.
He's doing his best Ben Brown impersonation, I think, after yesterday's performance from the big man.
Half-time, Sandringham Dragons 5-6-36. They trail the Oakleigh Chargers 7-4-46. You better give us all the goal kickers, Matto.
Yeah, well, you've already given the Dragons out. 5 to Max King. Dominant performance up forward. Could have had more. He's sprayed a couple of opportunities, but he is looking extremely dangerous up forward. For Oakleigh Chargers, they've spread it round a little bit more. 2 goals to Zach Hart and Ben Silvani, and then singles to Jay Robertson, Charlie Whitehead and Jack Ross. Sees the score at half-time, 5-6-36, the Sandringham Dragons. The Oakleigh Chargers, 7-4-46 on the NG scoreboard. Collier Dawkins in that second term got a little bit more of the footy, but he hasn't really had the dominating presence that I think we expected.
No, definitely not. He's up to 11 possessions and 1 mark. Like I said before, he's got some tricks up his sleeve in terms of his evasive skills, but he's not racking up the possessions like he did last week.
All right, half-time here. We will take a break. You are looking and listening to TAC Cup Radio, bring you the round 2 action from Rams Arena.
Technica is an Australian company that's been importing Italian-made and European-designed cooking appliances and white goods for almost 20 years. Technica appliances are a fusion of cutting-edge technology and contemporary design, providing a high level of style and sophistication to any kitchen. This is why so many leading architects, developers, interior designers and builders use Technica appliances, because like their customers, they want the very latest in innovation and quality. Technica, proud sponsor of the Northern Knights and TAC Cup Radio. Executive Maintenance has grown to be a preferred facility maintenance provider by maintaining excellence for over 25 years. A registered domestic and commercial building practitioner, Executive Maintenance provides facility maintenance for government, corporate, property and retail sectors. Whether it's a handyman for your corporate space or a fully qualified crew to manage your project, Executive Maintenance has the knowledge and expertise to provide a personal yet professional service. If you need assistance with your building maintenance needs, email admin@executivemaintenance.com.au. Executive Maintenance, a proud sponsor of TAC Cup Radio. Cowboys Cash and Carry has moved. They can now be found at 694 High Street, Epping, in the hub in the Homemaker Centre opposite Epping Plaza. And to celebrate the move, they have 50,000 pairs of men's and ladies' denim. A huge range of styles, including Kenji, Maya, Maddox, that normally retail for $100, Cowboys price between $10 and $15. That's right, between $10 and $15. Open 7 days a week. Get along to Cowboys Cash and Carry in the Homemaker Centre opposite Epping Plaza. Another year of TAC Cup football and your number 1 AFL draft site is back and bigger than ever. AdZ Media, powering AFL Draft Central, continues to revolutionise the way AFL draft content is reported. In 2018, the team has increased to more than 40 writers who will provide powerful and cutting-edge stories nationwide. With draft news, features and women's football coverage, AFL Draft Central is your one-stop shop for AFL draft content. Head to afldraftcentral.com.au or stay up to date with us on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. Check out at AFL Draft Central. Essendon captain Heppel settles, and he's done it! He's slotted through the match-winning goal. Roughhead flies high across the pack and takes a classic mark. Pendlebury's leading from the front, clocking up the possessions today, and young gun pup Cal Porter is looking good in his debut match. Gippsland Power generates footy legends, and NG is the power behind Gippsland Power. NG Hazelwood are proud to be helping tomorrow's future stars as major sponsor of Gippsland Power. Gippsland Power, the backyard playground of tomorrow's future stars. Go Power! Nixon Finance has been running in the Plenty Valley area of Greensborough for over 20 years. As your financial consultants and brokers, they specialise in all your equipment and vehicle finance needs. Home loans, business loans, commercial property loans. They deal with all the banks and get the right loan that suits your needs. Call Phil Smith during business hours on 9435 2600 or email nixonfinance@bigpond.com.
On taccup.com.au, this is TAC Cup Radio.
Back here at Rams Arena, it is half-time. The score reading 7-4-46 to Oakleigh, 5-6-36 to the Sandringham Dragons. And we've got Brett Allison with us this afternoon, who is the Vic Metro Regional Talent Manager.
Yep,
that's pretty close, isn't it?
That'll do. Yeah.
It's a long business card you've got. Firstly, before we go into your bigger picture role, what do you think of the game so far?
Yeah, no, it's been a ripping game. Really high standard and a lot of talent on display. So yeah, pretty entertaining for the couple of hundred that have made their way out here, I reckon.
They have. It'd be remiss of us not to mention a guy wearing number 31 for Sandringham so far.
Yeah, look, he's cost him in the end, hasn't he? He's a bit behind on the scoreboard. If he'd snuck through one or two more, he'd have his team in front. But no, Big Max is he's well known as a prodigious talent, and he's probably showing everyone why that is today. So.
He is, and it's almost a bit unfair to think he's got his brother down the other end.
Yeah, well, I was almost suggested, what do you call it, a mid-game trade. They could maybe offer a player for Ben and see if they could put Ben down to full back to play on him. But no, look, he's been really good today. You know, his strength is his agility and his movement for his size, and he's got great hands, really strong in the air. And look, he's just got to tidy up that goal kicking routine, I think, and the sky's the limit.
He is very good. Tell us about your role, Brett. This is your second year in it?
Yes, yeah, just rolled over into my second year.
Your second year?
Yeah, so look, overseeing the TAC Cup, and the main part of it is probably picking or selecting the squads in conjunction with the AFL clubs for the under-18s and the under-16 metro teams to play in the national championships. So hence my getting around to as many games as I possibly can to watch as many and see as many players and see as much of the talent as I can.
What numbers do you start with and get down to?
Yeah, so we announced an initial squad of about 29 just in January, once we came back after the Christmas break. And we've probably got to swell that out to 55 to 60. We played 2 trial games on the 15th of April against Vic Country, so I've got to add probably about another 30-35 players, and that'll probably happen in the next 7 days. Yeah. So last week's weather at Frankston was a bit of a wipeout for us, so I was looking forward to having a look at a few players, and it just really upset the apple
made
cart.
it tough, didn't it?
Yeah, so it was a bit of a wipeout, but today much better, and this week's weather's been pretty good, so hopefully it holds out, and it looks like it will today, and we'll get a quality game at the moment and a quality game to follow, hopefully.
Absolutely. Who's coaching Vic Metro this year?
Yeah, so Marty Allison will do it again, going into his second year. We've got pretty much the same coaching staff again at 18s and 16s level. So Chris Johnson does the 16s. Yep. So we'll go around with the same squad again, the same squad of coaches for this season as well.
How do the boys themselves go? Say like the bottom ages that were in last year. It's not an automatic ticket to get into the top age bracket this year? No. I'm assuming.
No, it's not, but obviously they're
the first choice.
They've done a lot of things right, so and you know them pretty well. So as long as they can show that sort of form, you know, in these early rounds, they generally find their way through. So as I said, I'm only going into my second year, but that seems to have been what's happened so far. Yeah.
What about the general numbers with footy, like the bigger picture? Is footy in a healthy state?
Look, I think it's in a pretty healthy state here, certainly in Melbourne, without a doubt. You know, and this TAC competition probably shows, you know, that it's a really good standard. You know, really good coaching provided, and I think the numbers that are coming through and getting drafted each year sort of stack up that footy is fairly healthy, certainly in this area.
The one thing I've sort of noted, and you'd be a good comparison from when you played your footy, is that. So I was at, you'd be happy, the Kangaroos yesterday, Brett, but like Davies Uniac, like that's his second game of AFL footy, and he didn't look out of place playing in a season game of footy.
Yeah, and I think that's been the case with a couple of the others that have gone in as well. Paddy Dow, Cameron Rayner, Andy Brayshaw. It looks like they've, you know, that high end or that top end talent, certainly the top 10, 15 draft picks, they seem to fit in pretty quickly. So I think that's probably a tick to the TAC pathway.
To the pathway, that's sort of coming through.
Correct, yeah.
Is there any areas you think that could be improved to get that through, or is it like if you've got the result? I'm saying that I'm only sort of thinking out loud. You've got the bottom line where you've got these blokes hitting the ground running and playing great football sort of straight away. Is there anything that can be improved, do you think, that can sort of bring maybe the next lot up?
Oh, look, I think just the slight change we've tried to make with my group, the Talent Pathway group, since we've got here is I think to this stage they were prepared to be drafted. We've tried to prepare them to be AFL footballers. I suppose that's the slight tweak we've tried to make. So I think that's the way to go. We know that there's a lot of talented players out there, but just being able to tweak their programs a little bit so that they actually are AFL ready rather than just draftable ready. That's probably the way we want to keep heading.
Keep going. Is the other thing I was going to say is the fixture. So you've got the development rounds the week after next, I
Yes.
think. Is that right?
Yep.
Just getting my dates right with Easter. So the week after next, and then you'll have the championships, schoolboy footy.
Yes.
Are you happy with the balance of all that?
Yes and no. I mean, there's not a lot that can be done about it, and really the coaching I think has improved at school level as well a hell of a lot. There's a lot of good coaches involved at APS, AGS3 level. So really it's just a part of the pathway now. We just treat that as another part of the if you want to call it TAC pathway. It's the school footy is exactly the same. So we all have to work together. I think we're doing that really well at the moment. We've had some really good conversations with all the different stakeholders, and and as long as the end result is what's best for the young fellow and his in a welfare sense, education sense, football sense, I think everybody's going to row the boat in the same direction.
I mean, as calling the game, we love it if we've got a Max King or Collier Dorp. We love it when they're playing. But I do like those future rounds in the middle of the year. So it opens it up to another group of players that you might not see. If everyone was available week in, week out without the other, you probably wouldn't see them.
Yeah, and it's an important part of the pathway and advancing kids is being able to see what's coming through. So certainly we know that those rounds get a big tick from the AFL recruiters themselves, because they like to be able to see those kids step up and play play a really high standard of footy. And see how they compete against probably some players that are they're a year older than them, or high-end talent that are around their own age. So they get to see that for a couple of weeks during the year while the championships are on. So it works pretty well.
One question to finish up. Just one of my own, not bugbears, where was it? Little projects. Ruckman. Where do you think Ruckman are now? Just in the game in general. Is there still a good place for them?
There is a good place for good ruckman, absolutely. And look, they're a special breed and they're a special type of player. We've tried to get involved at Metro level. The process we've tried to get, not been able to get Corey McKernan involved this year to try and fast track those particular players. So we'll have a squad of probably 6, 7, 8 ruckman that we'll invite into Metro training each week to have that specialised craft session with Corey. So look, they're certainly a very important part of the game. AFL recruiters are looking far and wide for them. So we're doing the best we can to try and find them, or find as many as we can, and put them in a pool for them to try and select.
Because obviously one of the most unique and the best parts of the game is it's a game for all sizes.
Yes.
And we never want to lose that, I don't think.
Ideally we don't, but certainly it's becoming a challenge for them, isn't it? Like the game is such a different game to when I played. There's so much more running involved, so much more athleticism involved in the game, isn't it? Most of the teams these days sort of run with just the one ruckman and someone who can give them a chop out for 5 or 6 minutes while they get their breath back. Back in the days, my day particularly, there was always 2 genuine ruckmen picked every week. They did to share those duties.
To share the duties.
Yeah, so it's an interesting. It is an interesting conundrum you bring up. But look, they'll always be around. But we just got to keep working on it.
Keep finding them to do.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, Brett. Thanks for taking time to come and have a chat to us at half time. I'm sure we'll cross paths throughout the season.
We will indeed. Fantastic, and thanks for your efforts in providing the coverage you do for the games. It's fantastic.
All right, that is TAC Cup Radio half time. Speaking to Brett Allison, we will take a break as young Matthew's trying to do the production skills there, and we'll be back on the other side of this.
Technica is an Australian company that's been importing Italian-made and European-designed cooking appliances and white goods for almost 20 years. Technica appliances are a fusion of cutting-edge technology and contemporary design, providing a high level of style and sophistication to any kitchen. This is why so many leading architects, developers, interior designers and builders use Technica appliances, because like their customers, they want the very latest in innovation and quality. Technica, proud sponsor of the Northern Knights and TAC Cup Radio. Executive Maintenance has grown to be a preferred facility maintenance provider by maintaining excellence for over 25 years. A registered domestic and commercial building practitioner, Executive Maintenance provides facility maintenance for government, corporate, property and retail sectors. Whether it's a handyman for your corporate space or a fully qualified crew to manage your project, Executive Maintenance has the knowledge and expertise to provide a personal yet professional service. If you need assistance with your building maintenance needs, email admin@executivemaintenance.com.au. TAC.com.au. Executive Maintenance, a proud sponsor of TAC Cup Radio. Another year of TAC Cup football and your number one AFL draft site is back and bigger than ever. AdZ Media, powering AFL Draft Central, continues to revolutionise the way AFL draft content is reported. In 2018, the team has increased to more than 40 writers who will provide powerful and cutting-edge stories nationwide. With draft news, features and women's football coverage, AFL Draft Central is your one-stop shop for AFL draft content. Head to afldraftcentral.com.au or stay up to date with us on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. Check out at AFL Draft Central. Essendon captain Heppel settles, and he's done it! He's slotted through the match-winning goal. Roughhead flies high across the pack and takes a classic mark. Pendlebury's leading from the front, clocking up the possessions today, and young gun pup Cal Porter is looking good in his debut match. Gippsland Power generates footy legends, and NG is the power behind Gippsland Power. NG Hazelwood are proud to be helping tomorrow's future stars as major sponsor of Gippsland Power. Gippsland Power, the backyard playground of tomorrow's future stars. Go Power! Cowboys Cash and Carry has moved. They can now be found at 694 High Street, Epping, in the hub in the Homemaker Centre opposite Epping Plaza. And to celebrate the move, they have 50,000 pairs of men's and ladies' denim. A huge range of styles, including Kenji, Maya, Maddox, that normally retail for $100, Cowboys price between $10 and $15. That's right, between $10 and $15. Open 7 days a week. Get along to Cowboys Cash and Carry in the Homemaker Centre opposite Epping Plaza. Nixon Finance has been running in the Plenty Valley area of Greensborough for over 20 years. As your financial consultants and brokers, they specialise in all your equipment and vehicle finance needs. Home loans, business loans, commercial property loans. They deal with all the banks and get the right loan that suits your needs. Call Phil Smith during business hours on 9435 2600 or email nixonfinance@bigpond.com.
On taccup.com.au, this is TAC Cup Radio.
Back here at Rams Arena, thanks to Brett Allison for joining us at half-time. It is 10 points the difference, Oakleigh holding sway. How are our men that you're keeping an eye on going, Siobhan?
So Collier Dawkins is up to 11 possessions at half-time with 1 mark to his name. Ben King, 4 possessions, 4 marks, and obviously Max King's been playing really well with 5 goals, 5 behinds, and 11 shots on goal. 1 unfortunately went on the full.
I think we'll forgive him for that. That was his first shot,
a pretty
I think.
good game.
That was his first shot, so we'll give him a pass on that one as he went, and he would be red-hot Winks type odds for the Nixon Finance player of the day at this stage. Third quarter action as the umpire holds the ball. Didn't hit us. There it goes. Take it away, Matto.
The umpire puts it back underway. Quick handball given off. Charges through Ainsworth. Got the ball back and then dished it off quickly. They've brought it towards the broadcast side where Simpson sends the ball inside, attacking 50. Came off hand, straight to the deck. A lot of players around the footy. Congested start to this third term here at Rams Arena. And we'll get a ball up directly in front, about 35 metres out from goal. Quick tap. Dragons trying to work their way. It's an up and under kick towards the half-back flank. Was searching there for Ralph Smith. Followed up his work, but then got taken into the ground. Ball pops out of the contest. McNeish trying to fight his way out of it. The umpire says we're going nowhere and we'll get a ball up. Just outside attacking 50, grandstand side of Rams Arena. Chargers leading by 10 points. On the NG scoreboard, they try and extract it here, up against the boundary line. Robertson, up and under kick inside, attacking 50. Contest flew, no one could complete the mark. And Silvani sees the ball over the boundary line and out of play. Forward pocket, broadcast side for the Chargers. They're 7-4-46 leading the Dragons, 5-6-36 on the NG scoreboard.
Ball thrown in. Silvani. Can't get it to advantage. Sandringham. Kick wide between half-back and wing. McNeice can't take the receiving handball. And it is Over the boundary line, out of bounds. Just starting the third quarter at Etihad. Gold Coast 8-7, Carlton 4-4. As
Could use Ben Silvani out there today, Carlton.
could do. Right in front of us here in the grandstand. Up she goes, double fister down. R2 at the bottom of the pack. McNeice. Nice work for Oakleigh through Dunkley. Kicks up forward. Oh, 2 bites of the cherry. Should have taken it first one. Clearing kick, not good. And it's out of bounds on the full. Oakleigh through Jack Ross will take the resultant free kick.
Yeah, I see the shade.
No, got to come back. Not Ross, it is Oliver Simpson. Simpson goes inboard, bit too easy. Answorth, Noah kicks across the arc. It'll be an intercept mark. Now they're off to the races. Sandringham, long probing kick, kicking to who? You know who. His tackles slung around. Ball breaks loose. Now Richards has got it. Hasn't got too much in front of him. He puts it up. Isaac will be the first one back. Keenor. He goes one way, comes back the other on the left. He finds Xavier O'Neill. O'Neill doesn't muck around. Oakleigh moving the ball quickly. Mark taken. Half back by Jay Robertson. He looks up. Goes inboard. Ross. Jack Ross. Gets it across. A little bit tentative, Oakleigh. Just slowing the tempo of the game up a bit. Get it out wide to Bianco. Trent Bianco just forward of wing. Kicks to half forward, looking for Silvani. Marks it out in front of his face. He's still a couple of kicks out from goal. Kicks deep. Looking for Kelly, but ball drops short. Sandringham. Think about switching play. This is Ben King. Goes right to the full back line. They worry me when they do that, Matt. Now they go up the centre looking for Richards. This has got danger written all over it. Oakleigh spot a man. Oh, play on, says the umpire. Simpson gets the handball back out to Warren. Warren kicks to the top of the square. Can they grab a mark? Ball in dispute. They've got some numbers, Sandy. They kick to the safety, but mark taken. Will Kennedy wheels around on the right. Gets it across to Richards. Richards plays on. Kick. Doesn't hit the target. McNeice. Ball still in dispute. McNeice gets in there again. It's underneath a pack of them. Trying to force the ball out. Umpire thinks about it, comes in and will ball it up. Couple of quick interchanges. Up she goes. Tap down. Decent Richards. It's Stocker. He's had a good game. Liam Stocker. Keenor starting to really impose himself. Always slips. Just squeezes a kick out. Simpson overruns it. This is Worrell. Oh, dodgy handball. Gets it out. It was paid. There are a chance here. Sandringham. Mark taken by Jack Denborough. I think this will test his distance. He kicks out wide. I would suggest that is Darcy Shergwin who's marked it. They became a little bit Max King conscious there.
They did.
Understandably, but you need a few. You got to keep an eye on all of them. And Shergwin created a spare man at in the forward pocket, and he's marked this. He will kick from 31 metres out, 70-degree angle, kicking to the city end of Rams Arena. No wind whatsoever out here today. As Darcy Shergwin comes in, kicks just across the face. King marks.
They needed to be King conscious there, and they weren't.
They won't be happy about giving away a mark right on the goal line there. He tried to play on. The umpire hadn't called play on. Now he just runs around on the left. Little dainty one across the face behind Sandringham. 5-7-37, Oakleigh 7-4-46. NG scoreboard coming up to 7 minutes on the Technica time clock.
A lot more possession footy in this third term so far. Both sides just trying to slow things down as it's kicked high. Richards mopping up for the Dragons, dish the handball off. They retreat a little bit defensively on the broadcast wing to McDermott. He seeks options forward of centre, high ball towards the top of the 50. Pack flies, no one could bring it in. Keenor was stripped away from him. Griffiths dishes the handball off. Eventually it ends up in the hands of Ross. Goes further afield, and the Chargers now able to get it towards the half-forward flank on the broadcast side. Ben Silvani with the mark. Too far out to score. Goes short. It's fisted away there from Hart. Over the boundary line and out of play. Sofronides doing the spoiling work that time around. We will throw it in just inside attacking 50. In front of a healthy crowd here at Rams Arena today. A lot of people stretched out underneath the trees around the ground. What more could you want on a beautiful Saturday afternoon in Craigieburn? Silvani taps it straight back towards the boundary line, and it will be thrown back into play just on the 50-metre arc. 8 minutes into the third term on the Technica time clock. The Dragons are 5-7-37. They trail Oakleigh 7-4-46 on the NG scoreboard. So it's thrown back into play. And there's a whistle from the non-officiating umpire, and a free kick will go the way of the Chargers, and it will be Whitehead for a hold. Congested 50 in front of him, look to go sideways, given the hurry up. Awkward kick. Might apply the tackle here, it was too high from Whitehead. And a free kick to go the way of the Dragons on half-back. Up against the fence. Chip the ball inboard. Mark taken here by Rahan. He goes further afield to Richards. Been one of the best for the Sandringham Dragons. Across half-back, goes wide with the kick to Owens. Defensive side of the outer wing. Kicks it down along the boundary line. Searching there for Stocker. Pushes the ball forward. Keenor takes it on the half volley. Dish the handball back to Rowell, who was in all sorts of trouble. And the umpire says it's trickled over the boundary line and out of play. We'll throw it in. Half forward flank on the outer side for Sandringham, who trail by 9 points on the NG scoreboard. 9.5 minutes in to the third term on the Technica time clock.
No decisive tap down, but Oakleigh get the clearing kick. They kick to centre wing. Plenty of numbers for Sandringham. Ben King's got it. Kicks it out wide. Mark taken by Owens. Kai Owens wants to go backwards. Trying to set up, create a bit of space. Going to be told to play on. Now he does. Kicks off one step. And mark taken by Worrell. Bit easy. Worrell on the left boot, puts in a shorty. It's a Barry Crocker, and Jack Ross has marked it. Ross kicks to centre half back. Aiton Delaney. They want to switch play. It's a bit tight over this part of the ground. Not a lot of options. Rowell starting to lead. Now Aiton Delaney. He kicks out wide. Rowell running onto it. Keeps his eyes on the footy. Marks it. Again, there's not a lot on. Aiton Delaney gives him an option. Now he has to play on. Gets around Shergwin on the left boot. Kicks to half forward. The big men fly. Ben King interfered with. And he'll take the resultant free kick. That was Dunkley who impeded him. King goes laterally. Finds Stocker. Stocker goes down the middle of the ground and finds Worrell. Worrell plays onto his left. Oh, it looked good to start with, didn't end too well. Jack Ross gets it. Oakleigh go deep, 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 looking for Silvani. Good defence by King. Tackled underneath. Now they clear. Comes to a contest. Oh, almost took it. This is Oakleigh through McDermott. He loses it. Sandringham, little handball out, trying to work their way around. Kick. Now they're a chance. They're trying to square it up in the middle of the ground. Plays on. McGuinness. Goes out wide, looking for Max. He's interfered with. Ball spills clear. Oakleigh have got it. It's a little bit ragged. Aiton Delaney. Handballs over to Isaac Keenor. Keenor. He's got O'Neill. He overcooks the kick. Still got enough poise to get it. Kicks to centre half forward. Bouncing footy. Shoved underneath it. Sofronides gets it across. This will be Hanrahan. Kicks to half forward. Whoa. Good option, really coming into the game. Sweeping handball, gets it over to Stepmatis. Squares the ball up. And Jack Marnie has marked this inside 50.
Bit of fatigue setting into the game, do you think? It's just slowed off a bit. There's a few more errors. There's a lot of open space on the ground. Just feel that the sting's certainly gone out of it.
Just that little bit ragged. Marnie comes in, kicks. Sweet off the boot. Straight through the middle. So that's the one Sandy wanted. NG scoreboard 6-7-43 Sandringham to Oakleigh 7-4-46. We are 13 minutes in on the Technica time clock.
And McNeish just dinging on the boundary line. He was getting a bit of work done to his left shoulder, preparing to come back on. So a good sign for the Dragons, who's been good in the midfield.
He has. Ben King, is he starting to catch up on his brother? I feel as though I've called him a few times.
Yeah, so he's up to 2 kicks, a mark, and won himself a free kick in this quarter.
Dragons will get the clearance again through Stocker. High ball towards the half-forward flank on the broadcast side. Keenor did enough to cause a spoil, and then has support in Bianco. His kick, he's going to have a third shot at trying to clear it. Does now. Not the greatest though, because it went straight down the throat of Hanrahan. He goes inside attacking 50 with the kick. Ball floated over the top of the contest, on the deck in dispute. Chargers trying to clear it through Simpson. He's all wrapped up. The umpire comes in and says a free kick. In fact, it wasn't Simpson, that was Rath. So free kick to go the way of McGuinness. 45-degree angle. Man on the mark stands about 40 metres out from goal.
Just to give them the lead.
For the first time since early stages of the first quarter, I think. Finn McGuinness comes in. Not a bad looking drop punt off the boot. It's a goal. And the Dragons have hit the lead here at Rams Arena. 7-7-49 plays 7-4-46 on the NG scoreboard, approaching the 15-minute mark on the Technica time clock in the third term.
Lovely goal to Sandringham, 2 in quick succession as we just tick past the 15-minute mark. They've had the better of it in this quarter. We'll have to take stock at 3/4 time for our AFL Draft Central goal and executive maintenance mark of the day. Still haven't had a big specky yet. We had a few flies, but we need one to stick, I think. As Ainsworth gets the ball out, he's tackled, dispossessed, throwing the ball, says the umpire. Sandringham are on a run. They kick out wide. Keenor works his opponent underneath and then he charges away. Little kick forward. Ross just overruns it. Ball comes out. Good spike out. Now Sandringham. Slung as he kicks it was Kennedy. It's on half forward, O'Neill. Good handball to Rowbottom. Oh, he's hugging the line. Too far. Too far. Sandringham to take the resultant free kick through Will Kennedy. Just forward to centre wing. They're on the march, the Dragons. They kick inside 50, looking for King. He flies, can't get second bite of the cherry. Look at this for a goal. If you don't mind, Jack Marnie has done a Peter Dacos special, just kicked it on the outside of his boot and dribbled that round on a beautiful arc straight through the middle. That is an AFL Draft Central goal of the day. Clubhouse leader, Matthew.
It certainly is.
9-7-61 on the NG scoreboard. Oakleigh a 7-4-46. They have shot out to a 15-point lead. Almost 17 minutes on the Technica time clock.
And he's popped up in this quarter with 2 goals as Jack Marnie. And that one was beautiful, wasn't it? Found a bit of space, got it to curl the right way. Whistle in the middle. Free kick to go the way of McNeish. Wants to play on, going to get called to come back over the mark. No. Wrong player taking the kick. Dragons now send it towards half forward. Mark taken. Handball dished off immediately to Sherwin. Goes towards Max King, who takes it point blank range. Slide angle 20 metres out from goal.
Footy 101. Got the free kick in the middle, got it out, quick kick, quick handball, Sherwin, lovely pass, and you could just see Max King sum that up.
Looking for goal number 6, went straight over the top of the goal umpire's hat. That's his first for this term, 6th overall, and the Dragons do now have a healthy lead here at Rams Arena. 9-7-61, plays 7-4-46 on the NG scoreboard, approaching the 8-minute mark of the third term on the Technica time clock.
That was just, this has been a scintillating 5 or 6 minutes of footy from Sandringham with a game which was nothing in it. They've just blown it out of the water. And now the question is firmly in Oakleigh's court. Ball in the middle. Oakleigh through Ainsworth. He gets it out. Now a kick up forward. Sandringham lead the race to the ball. This is Jones. Goes in short. They've got some numbers to switch over here. They get it across. Mark taken by Harry Houlihan. Houlihan goes into the middle. Had to be precise. Ben King squares it up. They go out wide. They're thinking about zigzagging back in. Houlihan. Now the big kick out wide. They're looking for Owens. He marks it. Makes good ground. Gets around Silvani. Takes a bounce. He's lost to Sharon. Good harassment by Silvani. They've turned the ball over. Silvani will get it back. His handball's a bit long. He's got it again. Now R2. Big long handball. Looking for Whitehead. Goes back into a bit of trouble. Kicks on the left boot. To the top of the 50. They need a mark. Got taken out from underneath. They've got some numbers here. Out the back of the pack. Bang through the middle. Zach Hart. Good answer, Oakleigh. 8-4-52 to 9-7-61 on the NG scoreboard. 9.5 minutes in on the Technica time clock. And they will that ball forward.
Their first score for this third term.
Truly. Crikey, it's taken a long time to get one on the board, but it was a good one, and it's one they really needed.
Certainly did. They just look a little more flat-footed than the Dragons at the moment, the Chargers. Having said that, there's a preliminary final from 2017 that I think was about this stage as well. Vastly different sides, but these two have a history, especially in the recent past. McNeish tried to apply the tackle. Chargers will win the clearance. They're willing the ball forward at the moment. Delivery inside attacking 50 wasn't great. Handball given off quickly to Whitehead, who's just sprayed it to the left. And a minor score, 8-5-53. The Chargers plays the Dragons. 9-7-61 on the NG scoreboard. 20.5 minutes into the third term on the Technica time clock. Dragons get the hurry up to bring it back into play, and Richards takes the mark. Still inside defensive 50. Puts the ball towards the wing, just through the fingertips there of Rowell. Harassed towards the boundary line. Keeps the ball in play. Got it to Anderson. He flicks it over the top looking for Kelly. Half forward flank on the broadcast side. He sprayed the kick out on the full. And a free kick will go the way of Richards on half back for the Dragons. Certainly among their best today, Alistair Richards was great in the first quarter, had a good second and has been okay in the third. His kick towards the centre wing came off hands. Marnie kicked it around his body, turns it over. Aiton Delaney takes it on half back. Wants to kick the ball inboard, has a target, quickly dished off, row bottom, through the middle. Chips it short to a 2. Wants to take on, can't get around, that's holding the ball. And a free kick will go the way of the Chargers, and to take it will be Forbes.
Sandringham through Stamatis. Kicks to half forward. Looking for the answering goal. Owens, that's a long, long kick. Looking for King! And he's grabbed it. That is an executive maintenance mark of the day, clubhouse leader. And King the target. What a kick by Kai Owens.
Monster kick.
That was a monster kick.
And monster mark to finish it off.
And right to the hot spot.
6 goals, 6 goals and 6 behinds is kicked in this game so far.
Max King making Rams Arena his own today. He's directly in front. He'll kick from 30 metres out. It's long, low and hard and accurate.
Make that 7-6.
10-7-67 Sandringham back out to a 14-point lead. Oakleigh 8-5-53 on the NG scoreboard. Just about 23 minutes in on the Technica time clock.
How do you shut a player down like that? He's full of confidence, he's got height, he's got athleticism.
He just made that ball his own then, didn't he? He's just, that was a great kick.
You'd need to put all 6 defenders on him to stop him. And then they've also got other targets up forward as well, the Dragons. They're running a mark at the moment here at Rams Arena. Chargers will win the clearance though. Up and under kick, Kai Owens sitting underneath it, takes the mark and wants to slow things down as we head towards 3/4 time. Give him the hurry up. We'll chip it down along the boundary line. It's a good kick. Mark taken here by Rendell, just in front of our broadcast position here at Rams Arena. Rendell kicks it down along the boundary line as well. Contest, mark not completed according to the umpire. Marnie gave the don't argue, sends the ball inboard. Chargers though will take the mark, they play it on, just getting out of trouble there was Bianco. Dish the handball off, and now a quick kick to Aiton Delaney at centre half back. Dish the handball off quickly. High ball towards centre half forward. Best posse there was Hart, couldn't take the mark. Dragons able to get possession, they've turned it over, kick inside, attacking 50, mark taken here by Noah Ainsworth, directly in front, 35 out.
Just when you think they're out of it, they scrap through and just force a goal. That was just good hard footy pushing the ball forward.
Just trying to capitalise on any opportunity they get, the Chargers. Had a quiet third term, and that's been pushed to the right-hand side by Ainsworth. 8-6-54, the Chargers play 10-7-67, the Dragons on the NG scoreboard. As we tick down towards 3/4 time here at Rams Arena, the short kick back into play, hits up Houlihan. Siren sounds and the Dragons have a handy lead at 3/4 time heading into the break. 10-7-67 to 8-6-54 on the NG scoreboard. Goal kickers to 3/4 time. Max King has 7. We'll get more on him in a moment. Jack Marnie has 2. Finn McGuinness has 1 for the Sandringham Dragons. And for the Chargers, 3 to Zach Hart, 2 to Ben Silvani, and then singles to Jay Robertson, Charlie Whitehead and Jack Ross. But Max King is the standout.
7 goals, 6 behinds, 2 goals, 1 for the quarter. He's really stamped his authority on this game.
I think he's got a mortgage on the Nixon Finance.
Does he what?
All right, we'll take a break here. 3/4 time, it is the Dragons by 13 points. You are listening and looking at Tech Cup Radio from Rams Arena.
Technica is an Australian company that's been importing Italian-made and European-designed cooking appliances and white goods for almost 20 years. Technica appliances are a fusion of cutting-edge technology and contemporary design, providing a high level of style and sophistication to any kitchen. This is why so many leading architects, developers, interior designers and builders use Technica appliances, because like their customers, they want the very latest in innovation and quality. Technica, proud sponsor of the Northern Knights and TAC Cup Radio. Cowboys Cash and Carry has moved. They can now be found at 694 High Street, Epping, in the hub in the Homemaker Centre opposite Epping Plaza. And to celebrate the move, they have 50,000 pairs of men's and ladies' denim. A huge range of styles, including Kenji, Maya, Maddox, that normally retail for $100, Cowboys price between $10 and $15. That's right, between $10 and $15. Open 7 days a week. Get along to Cowboys Cash and Carry in the Homemaker Centre opposite Epping Plaza. Executive Maintenance has grown to be a preferred facility maintenance provider by maintaining excellence for over 25 years. A registered domestic and commercial building practitioner, Executive Maintenance provides facility maintenance for government, corporate, property and retail sectors. Whether it's a handyman for your corporate space or a fully qualified crew to manage your project, Executive Maintenance has the knowledge and expertise to provide a personal yet professional service. If you need assistance with your building maintenance needs, email admin@executivemaintenance.com.au. Executive Maintenance, a proud sponsor of TAC Cup Radio. Another year of TAC Cup football and your number one AFL draft site is back and bigger than ever. AdZ Media, powering AFL Draft Central, continues to revolutionise the way AFL draft content is reported. In 2018, the team has increased to more than 40 writers who will provide powerful and cutting-edge stories nationwide. With draft news, features and women's football coverage, AFL Draft Central is your one-stop shop for AFL draft content. Head to afldraftcentral.com.au or stay up to date with us on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. Check out at AFL Draft Central. Essendon captain Heppel settles, and he's done it! He's slotted through the match-winning goal. Roughhead flies high across the pack and takes a classic mark. Pendlebury's leading from the front, clocking up the possessions today, and young gun pup Cal Porter is looking good in his debut match. Gippsland Power generates footy legends, and NG is the power behind Gippsland Power. NG Hazelwood are proud to be helping tomorrow's future stars as major sponsor of Gippsland Power. Gippsland Power, the backyard playground of tomorrow's future stars. Go Power! Nixon Finance has been running in the Plenty Valley area of Greensborough for over 20 years. As your financial consultants and brokers, they specialise in all your equipment and vehicle finance needs. Home loans, business loans, commercial property loans. They deal with all the banks and get the right loan that suits your needs. Call Phil Smith during business hours on 9435 2600 or email nixonfinance@bigpond.com.
On taccup.com.au, this is TAC Cup Radio.
Back here at Rams Arena, three-quarter time in a very entertaining game early doors in season 2018. It is the Sandringham Dragons 10-7-67, Oakleigh Chargers are 8-6-54. And we've seen some great skill and on display today, but there's one story of the game so far that stands out, and we were clever enough to pick him out to follow him all day.
Lucky we had that scratching.
Lucky we had that late scratching. Maxie King and his brother Ben. Ben's not doing too bad either, but give us the Max King story, Siobhan.
So he's taken 10 marks and had 19 possessions for the game, and he's obviously kicked 7 goals and 6 behinds to three-quarter time. His brother Ben is up to 6 marks and 8 possessions, and Riley Collier-Dawkins has faded out of the game a little bit, but he's up to 13 possessions and 2 marks at three-quarter time.
Played a bit of a different role from last week. He's sort of been a bit deeper in defence. I don't know if Sandringham are dragging him back a bit, perhaps. Whoever's got him is sort of dragging him out of the game, where last week he was really cutting through the middle of the ground and sort of in wet conditions, obviously, but sort of setting up a little bit better.
I think those wet conditions have affected Oakleigh a bit more than what they've affected the Dragons.
And it was was wetter in that game.
Oh, it was, yeah. Constant rainfall up until half-time. Just looked a little more flat-footed, even in the couple of passages of play when they did get a couple of scoring opportunities late in that third quarter. They just looked a lot more flat-footed. They were waiting for the ball rather than attacking it with intensity that we saw in the first half. The Dragons, a little bit the same, but they were still hunting it as a group, and that's why they were able to peg their way back in front in that third quarter. 5-1 in that term to Sandringham, to 1-2.
It was a dominant quarter. And
I'll just quickly clarify, 16 marks, not 10.
How many?
16 marks
16
he's taken,
marks.
not 10. Pretty special.
So he will be spoken about in the top 4 or 5 players in the draft this year, I'm sure. Depending on...
I can't believe how athletic he is for someone of that size. The way that he's able to run and apply forward pressure is extraordinary for a guy of, what is he, 201 centimetres.
Yeah. He's, he's a different shape and he kicks differently, but about 5 or 6 years ago there was a bloke called Joe Danaher who used to run around here for Calder, and he was a similar sort of, tall but good below his knees, had moves like a midfielder rather than a tall bloke. So
you're saying Max would look good in a red and black jumper?
I don't think we're going to finish that low, Matthew, to get a pick like Matthew. Get a pick like Max. All right, players are coming off the ground. Staff are all about off. The umpire having a good scour around. Terrific afternoon, Easter Saturday, for TAC Cup footy out here at Rams Arena, and plenty of clipboards along that outer rim. Last quarter action taken away, Matto.
Of course, the Knights and Jets follow this game here at Rams Arena, so it's been a busy day of footy. Chargers try and win the clearance. Handball given quickly to Rath in a bit of trouble. Got a handball out wide to Whitehead. They've worked it across to Simpson. He centres the ball inside attacking 50. Came off hands. Tackle applied. Chargers still with the footy. Collier Dawkins sends it wide. And outside of attacking 50 at the moment for Oakleigh. Hot handballs being dished around. Back into the hands of Rowbottom. Penetrating kick inside attacking 50. Too hot for his teammate. Everyone overran it. Opened an opportunity for Kelly up against the boundary line. The umpire says holding the ball and a free kick to go the way of the Dragons on the last line of defence. Right next to that behind post in the outer pocket. Big long kick. Sent down towards the boundary line. Came off hands. Bianco at the back of the pack sends the ball back inside attacking 50. Dunkley. I think it was Dunkley. It was. He gets his first for the game. Oakleigh get the first of the last quarter. And peg it back to a 7-point margin. 10-7, 67 plays. 9-6, 60 on the NG scoreboard. A minute and a half into the final term on the Technica time clock.
Game on, Matthew. Game on. That's the one Oakleigh wanted. Back in the middle. Anthony Stangitz. Just saying last TAC Cup player to kick 10 goals. We know Blake Hardwick did it. Maybe DeConning or Danny Long may have, or he just got 9. I'm not sure. But let's see if Max can get through in the last quarter. Kelly for Oakleigh. Goes backwards. Finds Oliver Simpson, goes inboard. It's found O'Neill. O'Neill goes high, wide and handsome. Will bring down Rain. No, can't take the mark. Sandringham have got the footy under a bit of pressure here. Ball in dispute. They squeeze the ball out. Shergwin goes through a bit of traffic. Worrell kicks across goal. Owens has got it. He's on half back. Now he's going through the corridor. One bounce. Long kick inside 50. Oh, Marnie all on his own. Just backpedaling. He's got Ben King on the tear. Over the back. One bite. Comes off hands. You need to be quick. Not quick enough. And the free kick will go to Sandringham. And this will be taken by
James Rendell.
Rendell will kick this, the answering goal. Rendell will kick this from 40 metres out, slightest of angles, plenty of goal face to look at. Kicks the old drop punt, just starts to skew if to the left, through for a behind. And that takes the Dragons on to 10-7, 67. They lead it by 7 points, 9-6, 60. Oakleigh get the ball out to O'Neill. 3.5 minutes in on the Technica time clock. O'Neill squares it up, misses all targets, and it's over the boundary line, out of bounds. Just hard to see the 50-metre arc over there as the sun gets a bit lower in the sky. I think we might be just outside 50. Ball thrown in. Goes over the back of the pack. Stacks on the mill. See if you can clear it for me, Maddo.
In front of a fairly healthy crowd on that outer wing here at Rams Arena. 4.5 into the final term on the Technica time clock. Chargers win the clearance, straight down the throat though of Houlihan. Brings the ball inboard to Sherwin. Plays on, kicks out wide, shoving the back to Ben King. It looks as though he's been flicked forward in this final term, and a 50-metre penalty. What do you think it was there, Crooksy?
Well, I think it must be there because they're walking back, they're moving the mark 50 metres closer to goal.
Can't dispute the umpire.
If he kicks this, he's only 6 behind his brother.
Here we go, Ben King. Played most of the day down in defensive 50. Lining up for goal number 1. And just to provide a little bit more of a buffer for the Sandringham Dragons, early stages of the final term. King comes in, right foot kick on its way, sails over the top of the goal umpire's hat. Ben gets on the board. And the Dragons, as we approach 6 minutes into the final term on the Technica time clock, they extend their lead, 11.874 to 9.660. That's all on the MG scoreboard and Technica time clock. What's his other stats been so far today for Ben King?
So he's taken 6 marks, 7 now with the goal, and he's had 8 possessions.
Back in the middle. Both ruckmen hit the deck. Beautiful work by Oakleigh. They get it out to Whitehead. Scrambling kick up forward. Nice handball over. Kick forward by Anderson. Behind. 9.761, 11.874, 13 points of difference, 6.5 minutes into the last quarter. Sandringham. Big kick out to halfback, looking for a big mark, comes off hands. Nice work by Owens. They're trying to work the ball forward. Whoa, they lose it. Now there's a shot on goal, missed. Misses everything, and Sandringham to bring the ball back in again. They go in short. Mark taken by Houlihan. Worrell provides some support. Just gets a little scrubby kick away. Nice work there by Richards. Close to the boundary, and they lose it. Never in clean possession of the footy. And the ball will be thrown in just defensive side of centre wing. We're on the eastern side of Rams Arena, the freeway side. Perfect conditions, hardly a cloud in the sky. Great temperature to play footy. Ball thrown in. It's going to come in short. Richards reads it best. Has a bounce, goes the tear. Drops a beautiful pass in. Can't quite hit the target. Ainsworth just runs into trouble. Bounces off him. He kicks sideways. Now it comes back the other way. This will be taken by Dylan Williams. Settles down. They trail by 2 goals. Williams finds a teammate. This is Noah Anderson. He goes in short. Will Kelly, bang on centre wing. Squares it into the centre. McNeice intercepts. Moves around neatly. Evades. Kicks a bit long. Sherwin runs onto it. tries to squirt a handball out the back. He finds Stocker. He gets dispossessed. Tough, rugged footy. That was a throw. Got caught. Got a bit of cramp as well. Now Shergman's got it. I've got one suggestion for you, Darcy. I'd kick it along to a couple of big targets down there, which is what he does, but the ball's not long enough. Max has still got it. There's a snap on goal, and I like it off the boot. Jack Denborough. King brought the ball down forward. Front and square was Jack Denborough, who put the ball on the left boot, kicked it on the edge of the ball, boomeranged it around, and that is a very handy goal for Sandringham on the NG scoreboard. 12-8-80 to 9-8-62. They lead by 18 points, 9.5 minutes in on the Technica time clock.
First goal assist of the day for Max King. I reckon if they get one more goal, Crooksy, I think that'd put the nail in the coffin. I just think Oakleigh are just looking a bit tired at the moment. They've lost a bit of the structure that they usually have. They're just starting to limp towards the finish line, whereas the Dragons continue to keep it moving, and they do it again. Wobbly ball forward in the direction of one of the King brothers. Ball brought to ground. Charges, try and get it to Keenor, juggles it, has support, flicks the handball over the top to Anderson, defensive side of the broadcast wing. Handball inboard to Ainsworth, put him under pressure and turned it over. Denborough sends the ball towards Ben King at centre half forward, looks for his brother deep, kept the ball in front of himself but lost his footing. Charges able to repel through Anderson up against the boundary line, sold a bit of candy, chips the ball up the line, and mark taken here by Hart. Gave it off quickly to Aiton Delaney, puts it up forward for the Chargers. There's no one inside attacking 50. Dunkley puts it on the boot. It's going to drift across the goal face and be rushed through for a minor score. Chargers 9-9-63 on the NG scoreboard, trailing Sandringham 12-8-80. 11 minutes in on the Technica time clock. Dragons bring it back into play quickly. Searching for Shergwin, takes the mark, dishes the handball off at half back, the 1-2. Got it further afield quickly to Worrell. Might get it back here, Shergwin. His handball searching for Richards was smothered by Rowell, and we'll get a boundary throw in between centre wing and half forward broadcast side for the Chargers. We need a couple of quick ones to stay in the game. Ball brought back into play. As a player dealt with off play, the umpire says it was all fair. Hold, free kick to go the way of the Chargers. Rowell to take it. Attacking side of the broadcast wing. Matthew Rowell winds up on the right boot. Low one inside attacking 50. Whistle, free kick to go the way of Sandringham. On half back, this is Jones. Looks for an option. High ball towards the wind. Ben King got punched out of his hands. Anderson flicks the handball over the top to Rowell. Looked to give the give and go, but didn't have enough support. Had to work his way through traffic instead. There was a shove off play. Umpire calls play on. Rowbottom works his way through traffic. High ball inside attacking 50. Came off hands. Chargers still with possession of the footy. Here's a 2. Bonsenavule gets it towards the top of the goal square. Silvani couldn't complete the mark, and it will be rushed through for a minor score by Houlihan. And the Chargers 9-10-64 play the Dragons 12-8-80 on the NG scoreboard, approaching 13 minutes in the final term on the Technica time clock, Crooksy.
Halfway through this last quarter, Sandringham, mark taken, Sofronides, kicks to centre wing. Just trying to work the ball around. This is Kennedy, Will Kennedy. Kicks to half forward. Comes off the hands of the pack. Rowbottom. Sends it back from whence it came. Bit too long. Just underneath the NG scoreboard there. Now the Chargers. It's a bit of an up and under. Ball bounced. Sandringham have got the numbers but haven't got the footy yet. Now they have. This is Worrell, Josh Worrell. Kicks to half forward. Oh, Ben King just a bit stiff there, Benny boy. He's being interfered with and he just sort of threw his weight around. The umpire said he infringed against his opponent and the free kick was given. Oakleigh. Time a bit of an enemy. Jay Robertson, a true centre half back. Goes in short. Aiton Delaney. The back end of the square. He goes in short. Intercept mark dropped. Now Sandringham go forward. Interfered with. This will be Hugo Ralph Smith, who goes in short. Too easy. Marnie. Jack Marnie. Unless we see a miracle, he's already got the AFL Draft Central goal of the day wrapped up with a beautiful dribbler in the third quarter. And now for a very, almost, I won't say a sealer, but pretty close to a sealer. He's on a 40-degree angle. He's going to kick it from 35 metres out to the northern end of Rams Arena. Gave it plenty, just pushed it right. Another behind, 12.981 NG scoreboard, 9.10.64. We're 15 minutes in on the Technica time clock as Aiton Delaney goes out wide and Mark taken for the Oakleigh Chargers on half back. Need a bit of urgency in their game now. Robertson told to play on, kicks out wide. Ross goes forward. Now they'd be looking for Silvani. They go forward, but Kai Owen, intercept mark, centre half back for Sandringham.
Look to go towards the outer side, nothing on offer, so brings it to the broadcast side instead. Sandringham have a few options. Houlihan takes the mark on half back. Looks to send it inboard to Richards. He takes the mark and wants to slow things down. Defensive side of the wing, Richards pops it up in the Ben King direction. He takes the mark. Just underneath our broadcast position here at Rams Arena. He'll chip it short to Alistair Richards. Looks for an option. Congested area in front of him. Sends the ball long in the Ben King direction. Good grab. Half forward for Ben King. High ball searching for his brother. And Max King takes the mark. Slight angle, 20 metres out.
They're going to be hard to beat this mob. It's going to be hard to beat with these two guys. He was held on to. There should have been a free kick in the goal square. He couldn't hang on him.
He's been double teamed for a majority of the day as well.
Max King comes in and puts it through. That's his first for the final quarter. And Emmonies that all up.
8 goals, 6 behinds.
He needs 2.
And we've got 8 minutes left of this game. Very impressive. Both teams have been impressive, but Sandringham probably that little bit more so. And we've seen someone pretty special going forward. Back in the middle. Neither ruckman get a hand of the ball. McNeice. Now Shergwin. It's a big kick up forward. No mark taken. Oakleigh through Ainsworth. Just puts it up into a pretty dangerous spot. Owen feeds the ball out. There's a snap on goal. Point. 13.10.88 to 9.10.64. 18 minutes in. Aiton Delaney to take the kick in for Oakleigh. Got him pretty much settled. He just goes into the heart of defensive 50. Mark taken by Noah Anderson. Anderson decides to come to the broadcast side of the ground. Mark taken. This is Oliver Simpson. Simpson Yeah, umpire saw that. Zach Hart just being held by the jumper. Hart kicks long, looking for Kelly. Worrell gets in his way. Kelly just gathers it, keeps it in, goes in short, and Hart again has got it. Now it's Whitehead. Charlie. Congested forward line up ahead. Goes out wide. Worrell gets it down to Shergwin. Handball inboard. Sandringham, the long probing kick. Nice fist there by the Oakleigh defender in Trent Bianco, and it's over the boundary line and out of bounds. 9.5 minutes in, it is the Dragons by 24.
Boundary throw in front of the grandstand here at Rams Arena. Mentioned a couple of times, it's a good crowd here this afternoon. Perfect conditions for footy. This has been a great game as well. It looks as though it's going the favour of the Dragons at this stage. Things are all wrapped up. Stamata supplying the tackle. Ball spills free and will be extracted by Stamatis. Went straight back into a pack though. Kelly, one of those, diving on top of it for the Chargers. And we will get a ball up between centre wing and half forward on the broadcast side. 13-10-88, the Dragons leading the Chargers, 9-10-64 on the NG scoreboard. Advantage to be taken here by Owens. Couple of bounces, runs to 50, looks for a target. Ben King went over his head. His brother might do the roving work for him. Dish the handball off into a bit of no man's land. Chargers running through, collected it cleanly and will send it straight up the corridor, and they'll get a mark in the middle of Rams Arena. This is Scala. Goes inside attacking 50 with a kick. Bouncing ball will be rushed through. No, Silvani gets there, keeps the ball in play, drags it in, tries to extract it. And the umpire says, give it to me, I will. Ball it up. Chargers desperately need a goal. They're at the top of the goal square. Ball up. Dunkley holding it to himself. Spinning out of trouble there was O'Neill. Up and under kick. He's offline. Minor score. Chargers move to 9-11-65. The Dragons 13-10-88 on the NG scoreboard. 21.5 minutes into the final term on the Technica time clock.
Sandringham bring the ball up. A little bit of wind for the first time today. Just sort of springs up there. Flag moving. And the ball will be thrown in on the half-forward flank for Oakleigh. Ball to be thrown in the shadows of the siren. Tap down Kelly for Oakleigh. Just gets tackled over the boundary line and out of bounds. Ball to be thrown in again.
A lot of cramps going on out there at the moment too. That frenetic first quarters, I think, done a bit of a toll on most of the players out there.
McNeice. Ball just bobbling about. Richards. Owens. They work it out the back. Off. Ball hacked forward. Now Rail sweeping handball. Caught in a tackle. Dispossessed. Gets it over to Isaac. Big up and under kick to forward 50. Ball falls to the back of the pack. Sandringham there to mop up. They kick out wide. This is Ralph Smith. Hugo gets told to play on. Handballs backwards to Richards, who goes in short. Hanrahan. Angus. He's got a man out wide. They're on half back. Happy to keep possession. As we wind down, 1.5 minutes to go. Mark taken for Oakleigh. Hands it off. Long kick in forward. Sandringham, Shergwin. They missed the handball, they missed the target, and it is rushed through for a behind.
Sure, get food.
Sandringham bring it in again. Just being told, settle it down, settle it down. Now he's told to play on, goes in short. Mark taken by Sofronides. Sofronides switches play. Plenty of numbers here. This is Callum Jones. Takes a couple of bounces. Takes another one. Runs through the middle. Big kick up looking for Ben King. Ball punched down front and square. They've got some numbers here. They kick in short. Long kick on goal. And bouncing, just dribbles over for a behind. Almost full time, 13:11:89 to 9:12:66. Clickety clicks. And where's the siren? Siren, 13:11:89. The Sandringham Dragons to Oakleigh, 9 goals, 12:66. You're down on the ground, Matthew?
I am indeed, Crooksy.
Hearing you perfectly down there, that's all good.
Beautiful out here on the ground. It's in very good nick too. We mentioned earlier how much traffic that the ground's already had early stages of this season, and it is in magnificent nick.
Matthew's out there just to grab a couple of interviews if he can. You might get Siobhan just to give us a bit of a wrap-up of the players that you were looking after today.
Yes, so clearly out of the 3 players I was looking at today, Max King was the dominant force. He ended up with 8 goals, 6 behinds, 17 marks and 22 possessions. His brother Ben, who played forward for the last quarter, ended with 9 marks, 14 possessions and a goal that he scored in the last quarter. And Riley Collier-Dawkins for the first half was seen quite regularly, but for the second half faded out of the game a little bit and finished with 14 possessions and 2 marks.
Good work. We were a bit worried at the start when Bailey Smith was an out, but we lucked upon getting a really good one early doors.
I think we did well with the King brothers today.
They did. They'll feature heavily as the players are just shaking hands, and Matthew's just sorting a few out, trying to cut one from the pack. I have to sort of pick him up. How are you going, Matthew?
Yeah, I've got I'm going to say he's the best on ground today down here with Max King. 8 goals today, mate. Well done.
Thank you very much.
What was it like out there with the ball just coming down into your hands and you're just able to slot them through? You missed a couple early on, but found some confidence.
Yeah, it was coming really nicely. The mids killed it today, so that made it a lot easier. But yeah, really good effort from the team.
Impressive the last time we saw you, I think, down at Cardinia Park last year. What did you do over the summer? Because it looks like you've got a little bit more muscle on you.
Yeah, I tried to hit the gym a little bit, put a little bit of weight on, so I don't get pushed around as much. So yeah, it's been a big pre-season, so looking forward to a big year.
2 wins early on. How important is that to shape up your 2018?
Oh yeah, it's a great start, but we've still got some stuff to work on, so we'll look to improve that during the week and hopefully get another couple of wins in the next couple of weeks.
And what about yourself? Even though it was almost a complete performance from our perspective today, what do you want to work on over the next couple of weeks?
Definitely goal kicking, something that I probably need to improve. I think 5 behinds today, so I'll work on that during the week and see how we go.
Well done, 8 goals today, magnificent effort. Good to see a good big full forward back in action.
Thank you very much, cheers.
Good on you, Matthew.
Thanks, mate.
Do you reckon you could get Alistair Richards, Matt?
I will try and hunt him down. I think he's around the front end of the pack.
He might be hiding, these blokes. You know what they're like sometimes. As he comes just to the front of the pack.
In front of the camera.
There, good work, Matthew. Geez, I love working with professionals.
I don't know about that. He's a bit. He doesn't want in front of the group, Crooksy. But Alistair Richards, magnificent game from you today. Let's just sum it up how you saw it.
It was such a big ground, such an open day, so it was a great day for footy. It was a good day for footy, and obviously our forwards were leading up and presenting real well, so it was good and I liked it.
Good day for you too across the midfield and a bit across half-back as well. What are the areas that you're looking to improve on in this season?
Well, I had a fair bit of time with the ball, but my kicks were a bit iffy today, but probably a bit my contested ball as well. I'm alright on the outside, but I need to work on my contested ball, so that's probably the area.
Two wins on the board already for the Dragons early on in this season. How important is that to get a bit of confidence up heading into 2018?
We had a big pre-season, all the boys, they did really well, so to come out and show it on the deck, that's just great for us. Really happy with it.
Well done today. Congratulations on a good performance and a great win.
Thank you. Cheers.
Good work, Matthew. Be able to go in and we'll hear the Sandringham Dragons, the Sandringham Dragons sing their song as they all got in there. Watch out for the Powerade, Matthew.
I was going to say, I hope this mic's waterproof.
You can start to hear them getting a bit rowdy in there. They'll join the circle and celebrate a good win. Matthew, we'll get you back up here as we'll work through just a quick summation of the game. So you were focusing on three players in particular. Siobhan, what did you make of the game outside of those? Were you able to sort of take in a bit of what else was happening?
Yeah, I think the game was played with a lot of pace, especially in the first half, and the forward pressure